Welcome back to the Webby and O'Neill channel. It's match preview, Nottingham Forest versus Manchester United, and it's the last game of the year. Let us know your thoughts and opinions going into this one as ever, Reds. But first of all, what are yours going into this one?
Looking forward to a competitive game of football, to be honest with you. Forest got the bounce, new manager and that. But before the Villa game, go to Forest. To me, it would have been a bit of a big worry, to be honest. But United against Villa, you've seen they can do it, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a rip-roaring end of the year game of football, and it's going to put either one of the teams in a good position going forward.
Yeah, you're looking at that Aston Villa game in the first half, went in 2-0 down. You know, you was getting nightmares thinking this could be 4 or 5. But, you know, I've looked back on that game and we still did play some good football in that first half. But individual errors cost us again what we've seen throughout the season. And you're just thinking with this one, you know, which Man United are going to turn up? Will they use that as a springboard to, you know, go on even further now in the remaining games of the season?
What everyone's hoping for is consistency.
Yeah.
That's what we want. And obviously that's what Erik ten Hag's been striving for. He's not been able to get it. Some of the players just not good enough, or he's made mistakes himself by playing players out of position. But it all works out well the other night against Villa. Sometimes it does work out by accident. You know, you had Garnacho on the right wing, absolutely outstanding. And then you got Eriksen playing in a position there. But United played the ball much quicker, wanted the ball forward as fast as they could. That was the difference with me. And United in that first half against Villa had chances. They had 4 chances, but they were sloppy. So you want consistency. Yeah. So let's hope against Forest we get it. I think it'll be an open game. I think Forest will come at us. But when you talk about going forward with United, how it's going to be, I mean, I heard someone say on the comments after the Villa game, we can now go on there, kick on, and go for the top 4. I don't see a top 4 anywhere near here. I mean, you know, you're talking...
I'm not going to be looking at top 4 until maybe you know, with what fixtures we've got coming up. We've only got 1 Premier League game in January against Spurs, and got about 4 or 5 Premier League games at least in the February, I think. So let's see at the end of February, see where we are, because like we keep saying, consistency, and we all know out there that consistency hasn't been our strong point this season.
It was wishful thinking.
Yeah, of course.
I think we've just got to be pragmatic at where we are. And I have said before, you've said it yourself, there is going to be ups and downs. We just hope there's more ups than downs.
Well, the thing is as well, you've got obviously like the likes of Mason Mount, Casemiro, Martinez still to come back. You know, they're going to be key players, I think, going into the end of this season in the second half of it. So, well, you'd like to think Mason Mount is, because we've not really seen a lot of him, have we, really, up until he got injured, to be honest with you. And there was some games there you expected him to start and he was put on the bench. But, you know, looking at the game against Aston Villa, going into this one, Johnny Evans, I thought was colossal. I think Webby used them words on his match reaction.
Yeah.
Rashford, I thought, look, probably his best he's been all season, to be fair, in terms of work rate, actually looking to attack the defenders and looking to get shots in and create goals. The big plus for me was Garnacho on the right-hand side. I just wasn't too sure how that would work after seeing him performing so well throughout the season on the left-hand side, but he took to it like a duck to water. So I'm happy to see the actual same team start again, like we've seen against Aston Villa.
Yeah, you know, you talk about the forwards there. I thought Højlund had an excellent game. Still got a lot to do, holding up the ball. Big criticism by a lot of yous out there, and I agree with it. He's not holding the ball up as well as I thought he would. So there's a big improvement there for him to come. But looking at it overall, the forward line, the movement, the way they went at it, excellent. They've just got to keep it up. But it's down to the midfield and it's down to the defence, the way they get the ball out. And I thought they were excellent at Villa, and that's what we're all hoping for. So bit more of that, getting the ball out quicker. And the difference was the players wanted the ball.
Well, if you look at that, I watched the game again actually on Amazon, and if you look at the goal what was ruled offside for Garnacho with Rashford from the left-hand side, slotted him in with the pass. If you actually see the movement, the link-up play and the getting the ball forward from the defence up into the midfield to spring that attack, I tell you what, it's one of the best pieces of football I've seen from United all season. If you actually watch it back, honestly,
Yeah.
it was absolute fantastic football. And if we can start seeing more passages of play like that, listen, we'll have no problem this season. But again, it's consistency. And I think one of the big factors in the way we actually played against Villa was Christian Eriksen in midfield. I mean, you look at how long he actually lasted on the pitch, and you was looking in that 70th and 80th minute, the high energy that he still had. We've always said about Eriksen, around about that 60th minute mark, you can clearly see his legs go. He's still not got it to get up and down the field. But when I look back on the game, the 75th, the 80th minute, he was high up into their half, but getting up and down the pitch. So, that's something that we've not seen from Eriksen in the past. And if he can keep that sort of work rate up as well, we know what he can do on the ball, creating things going forward. I think we'll be okay. It's just obviously in the defence with Eriksen, I'm not too sure about him. But I think with Kobbie Mainoo there, I think we'll be okay.
I think how you look at that going forward with getting the consistency is having Eriksen there, but Kobbie Mainoo has to be there. He is not afraid. He wants the ball. He wants to go back, receive the ball, turn, and go forward with it. That's what McTominay doesn't give you. McTominay, when he's in that position, in front of that back four, he doesn't want that ball. He's not good at turning. He's not good at getting away. And that's one of the problems what we've had all season. I like McTominay as a squad player. I think he should come on at some point in the game, give people a break. They'll have run their heart out, and McTominay's there to dig in there, get the challenges in and everything. But Kobbie Mainoo, the difference you see is the confidence in the kid coming back and asking for the ball. And the players in front, if you look at Johnny Evans and Varane, for instance, they wanted to give him the ball. Wan-Bissaka wanted to give him the ball. Dalot wanted to give him the ball. You've not been seeing that. That's the confidence, what you've seen against Villa. They've got to take, it's an away game now, and there will be pressure on them, but you really, the reality is you expect Man United to go there again and beat Forest. To me, I can't see United doing anything else. I think United will beat Forest, and I think the way they'll move, the speed of the ball, you have to look at that Villa game and say, there was passages of play there, what was fantastic football, and that has to continue at Forest, and I think it will, to be honest with you.
It has to continue when we want it to continue, but you just have them niggling thoughts, don't you, of what you've seen all season, to be honest with you. And, there's some doubt there. And
there's always doubt.
There's always doubts. And, let's have it right. Not every team always goes on a 5-10 winning game run. And it's going to be very difficult this season because there's a lot of teams out there, not just Manchester United, who suffer from injuries. And we've come a foot with that. And I just think going forward, unless you get until the end of February, we'll see with the Premier League games what we've got then, whether we've had some consistency or not. I'm going to go for a draw with this one because I looked at that Newcastle and Forest game. I watched the whole game and I thought they played really well, Nottingham Forest, considering what players they've got. The new managers come in there. And let's have it right. I'm not saying he's the best manager in the world, Espirito Santo, but he plays a certain way, a certain style. I think it's a style that does work for him. I don't know why he ever went to Tottenham because it was never going to be the type of football they wanted to play, so it never worked out. But he is a manager that I do rate at a certain level.
He's given him a bounce.
And he's given him a bounce as well. And I just think with Forest, they will score. I can't see Man United keeping a clean sheet away from home, to be honest, at the moment. It'd be absolutely fantastic if they did. But I think it will be a tight game. And if we can nick it, let's say a 3-2, a 2-1, I'll be over the moon with it. But I just feel like a draw's on the cards here and maybe a 1-1. A 2-2, and let's see if we can regroup in the new year in the January, get some of the players back, and then let's start seeing some consistency.
Well, I don't think Onana will want to concede a goal.
Onana, he also goes to the AFCON next month, which he's going to be away from the January the 13th, I think it is, until February the 11th. So I think he could possibly miss around about 4 or 5 Premier League games if Cameroon get to the final. But then you've got BayindIr to come in. I think we're all kind of excited as well to see what he can do, BayindIr, because no one knows really a lot about him unless you're watching highlights on YouTube or other social media platforms, etc. So it'll be interesting to see how he beds in as well. And you never know. Andre Onana might come back and, he's putting some decent performances, BayindIr, and, why should Erik ten Hag then chop and change aside where players are doing well? Because we've seen it ever since he's come here, Erik ten Hag.
Well, the pressure's on Onana to keep a clean sheet as far as I'm concerned, and I'm going to go for the 2-0 win. I think we'll be too strong for Forest. When you look at Forest last year, yes, we beat them consistently, beat them in the Cups, beat them in the league. Yes, they've had a little bounce, and it's a good bounce, to be honest with you. But I think United will be too strong. I thought the back four and Mainu and Eriksen there will just keep them out. I think the football they played the other night against Villa, if they stick together, keep the fitness, I think they'll be excellent, and it's really positive. That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Eriksen can keep up them sort of energy levels that he did against Aston Villa, with 2 games in a short space of time as well. But it was really positive to see with Christian Eriksen, still having them legs on the 75th, 80th minute to still get up there and still try and press Aston Villa in their own half. But, there's also worries again. We mentioned it, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, when we was talking about United. It always seems he gets one player's back and then he starts missing 2. And, Luke Shaw, Amrabat, they missed out with minor issues, he said.
Yeah.
We still don't know the extent of them issues or what the actual issues are. So hopefully they are that minor that they can come back into the squad for this one. And I'd expect Luke Shaw to start at left back if he does. But let's wait and see. He might hold them off. I think he's got a strong enough starting 11 and a squad to go there without risking them to.
Yeah, I don't think he'll risk them to. And to be honest with you, I don't think anyone really should be dropped for anyone else, because everyone had an excellent game and they've proved they deserve to be on the pitch. But we'll have to wait and see until the team's announced.
Yeah, fingers crossed that we do get the win and we just, get that bounce back. It's a game what we've discussed off camera that we're looking forward to this game.
Oh, yeah.
After the result against Aston Villa, there's not been a lot of times this season due to the results and the performances where you're then looking forward to the next game like we have done in previous years. And after seeing that performance, it gives you that bit of hope that they can find some of that consistency that we keep talking about. So hopefully they can, but I'm going to go with a draw for this one. Hopefully I'm wrong and we do sneak a win, or we just absolutely hammer and obliterate Nottingham Forest. Let's hope so and we see a bag full of goals.
Well, I'm sticking with 2-0, me. I think United will be too strong for them, and I can't wait. It's our 4 kick-off, so really looking forward to it. So make sure you get on and you check out us after the game, because I think we'll be buzzing.
Yeah, I hope so. You'll all know by the thumbnail and title. But just like to thank everyone for joining us. Much appreciated as always. If you've enjoyed it, please smash a like on the video. Like my dad Tony said, we will be back straight after the game. So get them notifications on, or keep a lookout on YouTube. And we'll be back shortly after full time. Enjoy the rest of your Friday and we'll see you again soon, Reds. Thank you.
Thank you.